So today I want to flip that script. In reality, life isn't a perfect scale. Some days work needs you more, other days family takes priority, and sometimes you just need a... Hi everyone, welcome back again to Living Your Truest Self. I'm Christina. If you're new here, this is a space where we have real, honest conversations about life, health, and well-being in every sense, physical, mental, and emotional. You know that those three are extremely important for me to say whenever I say health. No filters on here, just truth. A load of sugar someday, it's just going to happen. Balance is a little bit of a myth when it comes to life. So today I want to flip that script. Instead of chasing balance, let's talk about what actually works. Real life ways to create harmony. That's what we need, harmony. Reduce the stress and stop feeling like we're constantly failing. You set yourself up for all of that and then you're like, oh, I failed today. I wasn't good because I didn't complete the task that I put myself out to do. It's impossible. Life is all about surprises. They don't really go as you planned. I'll share practical tips that can help and that you can start using today. We've been sold this idea that balance means giving equal time and energy to everything in our lives. But in reality, life isn't a perfect scale. Some days work needs you more, other days family takes priority, and sometimes you just need a break. That's okay. Sometimes I wake up feeling that today I'm going to do all of this and it's going to feel great. And then my son gets sick, car doesn't start, I get sick, and everything just goes awry. And that's what life really is. I need to just take it for what it is and not feel that I failed that day. The pressure to do it all is exhausting. And when we can't keep up, we feel like we're failing. I know I feel like I was failing when I don't take my child to school. At the beginning, when he had started going to school, I was like, oh, I could be one of those moms, drops him off, picks him up. But the reality, I get stuck at a work meeting and I can't pick him up. So my husband will pick him up. And that's okay. That's life. It doesn't mean I didn't balance my day correctly because I wasn't able to do what I see on social media or we see in the movies. That's not balance. Balance is being able to continuously be on this ball that's moving and be able to fall on our feet. That's how I feel balance really should be. It's really about completing a task. Now that's all I care about. Did I get that done? We feel guilty for all of these things, for not working out, for ordering takeout instead of cooking a meal that night. And sometimes it just happens. Hey, let's get pizza tonight because maybe you got stuck at a work meeting. There was traffic on the way home. Something happened, or you got home and your son had really hard homework to do and it just took you more than you actually thought. And it's okay, Instead of aiming for this perfect balance, I've learned to ask myself what matters most right now. For example, when I was raising him and he was a baby, when I was raising him, I'm still raising him, but when he was a baby, my focus wasn't on the perfect morning routine or my career growth or what was the next dinner out with my girlfriends. My priority was survival. For me, when he was young, it was survival mode. He had colics. He wouldn't sleep at night. And my priority was just to make sure that he would be able to rest throughout the day and me as well, and be able to see what new habits we can incorporate. So being a first-time mom for me with a small baby, yes, survival mode, definitely. And that was okay. I survived, he survived. We both have a great relationship right now. I don't feel like I gave up on anything, no? And if instead I would have scheduled myself to do all the other things, I probably would feel like I didn't do much. I was just chasing after a newborn. If you say that out loud, it's crazy, no? When I started studying for coaching, I was working a full-time job. I'm a full-time mom, a kid in school, a wife, a friend, but I had to say no to a lot of the social plans because I was in the season of building. My priorities weren't balancing my friend relationships with that. It was about balancing my coaching career and focusing on that. So it was more about, okay, I have work and then I have this. So that was my priorities. When I experienced personal loss, my priority became healing and giving myself grace, going through the emotions and be able to get myself up out of bed every day with a smile on my face. The key is accepting that priorities will shift. And that doesn't mean you're failing in other areas. It just means that you're human. And right now you need to focus on something other than what the world tells us we need to focus on, right? Because the reality is that we live life and everybody's life is different. Days are different. No day is the same as the other. You don't wake up even in the same mood as the other. So you might not want to do what you plan to do. Some days you don't feel like working out. So that doesn't mean that you didn't balance it correctly because you didn't work out, right? So instead of chasing balance, I focus on 3 pillars: alignment, flexibility, and boundaries. Alignment is, are you spending time on what truly matters? So you align yourself with your needs. We often say yes to things that don't align with our values, whether it's a social obligation, extra work, expectations from others. And before committing to them, ask yourself, is this actually important to me? So align with what you feel in that moment you need. Flexibility, learning to shift without guilt. Some days work will demand more of you. Other days family needs you more. The key is allowing yourself to shift from one to another without guilt. And it's tough, but you can do it. You know, I've started to tell my son sometimes when he's like, are you going to be at work today? I say, yes, but that's so I can have a weekend with you. And some days then I'll just take maybe an afternoon off because I know that work doesn't need me that much. And I'll just surprise him with an afternoon off. But I need to shift and do it without feeling guilty. Just because you have chaotic days doesn't mean you're failing at life. It just means today was today, and we understand that. We all have those days. 3, boundaries, protecting your energy. That's super important. If you say yes to everything, you'll have nothing left for what truly matters. Setting boundaries, whether it's limiting work hours, saying no to extra commitments, or carving out some alone time, isn't selfish. It's necessary. So don't feel bad when you feel that you have to limit time with other people. It's okay. Here are 3 actionable tips to stop chasing balance and start living with more peace. Set a weekly focus. Instead of trying to juggle everything, choose one key priority each week. Maybe this week it's focusing on your family. Next week it's tackling a work project. The week after could be something you wanted to get done in the house. The week after could be going on a vacation. Prioritizing small windows prevents overwhelm. So prioritize and focus on one thing. Don't focus on too many. Otherwise, that's going to really throw you off balance. 3, schedule non-negotiables. So put self-care, rest, important personal time, whether it be working out or whatever, on the calendar before you fill out any other obligations, unless they're really important, like, you know, teacher or parent meeting or traveling for work or anything like that. But everything else that you then schedule yourself in, make sure that on there first you prioritize yourself. No one else is going to prioritize you, so prioritize yourself and put yourself on the calendar before you put anyone else on the calendar. 3, give yourself permission to let go. You don't have to do it all. You don't have to wash the laundry. Somebody else can help you. If your husband's at home and puts it on, don't feel guilty that he did it. Give yourself permission to let go. If he says, hey, I got dinner tonight, don't feel bad because you're the one who generally cooks. Or, you know, if he goes to the grocery store because you got caught up in a meeting and you weren't able to get dinner, it's okay. Let go. You don't have to be everything to everyone, and you don't have to feel guilty for choosing what matters most to you in that moment. So if in that moment your priority is picking up your child from school and you can't do the other, don't worry about it. That your priority right now, your son, and you got it done. So focus on that. I hope this episode helps take some of the pressure off, because life isn't about perfectly balancing everything. It's about creating a life that feels good to you in the season you're in. There's 4 seasons every year. So that means that you might have different priorities every month. You could have a different priority every day, and you should just feel okay with it. I want to hear from you. What's one area of your life where you're learning to let go of the perfect balance idea? drop it in the comments. And if this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear this today. And remember, you're not failing at balance. You're just living. And that's enough. See you next episode. Thank you.